This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel 1970-73 Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler YouTube channel.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 1970-73 Carryover League. We are continuing the postseason tournament, second round action in the American League. Teams in third place in one division playing a second place team to see if there's a chance that they could flip positions and get into the third round of the tournament to compete for a wild card spot. And we have a series between an expansion team, a fictional one, the Ohio Players, against the Minnesota Twins, a team that was pretty darn good during this era, particularly in 1969 and 1970. Let's check out the needs for the squads, as we don't necessarily play best ofs here. So here we are at the beginning. Ohio, a couple games under 500. The Twins just a game over. The Twins really played 14 consecutive games against the White Sox and netted a -2 in the standings to shrink to a single game over 500. And now it looks like the White Sox are going to win that division. A game and a half behind are the Ohio Players, which means winning a best of 5 is not good enough. You need to win a best of 5 and then a tiebreaker 6th game. So Ohio needs to win 4 and lose 2, or they need to win 4 games, period. The Twins need to win 3 games. Let's see what's happened. In game number 1, in Minnesota, it is Doc Ellis against Burt B. Home Bly-Levin. Now, first thing you should know, Ohio Players got hot late in the year by shifting to a new, kind of unorthodox lineup. They lead off Dan Driesen, a left-handed hitting first baseman, and the next 8 batters are all right-handers. And that's fine with them, particularly against Bly-Levin, who's better against left-handed hitters. So, the Ohio Players, they get a single run in the first, 4 more singles, 3 more runs in the third, a triple and a single in the 5th, and you get the idea. They knock Bly-Levin out after 7 innings, 12 hits, and 5 runs. And for the Twins against Doc Ellis, they get a couple runs in the first on a Jim Holt RBI single. In the 7th, a 2-run homer by Larry Heisel. This is a 6-3 game, 3, 4, 5, 6, it's a 7-4 game. It is 7-4 in the bottom of the 9th. Mudcat Grant comes out of the Ohio bullpen. A walk, a strikeout, a single, a strikeout, and then with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, Jim Holt hits a 3-run home run to tie the game at 7. However, 2 frames later, in the 11th inning, Stan Williams is a victim of a single on a hit and run and a sac fly, and that is your final score. Ohio gets a road win. You'll hear that a lot. A road win and a early shot to get that 4-2 win-loss in the series. A nice little road win, extra inning. When it looked like they were going to blow it in the 9th inning by giving up the 3-run homer, they rallied in extra innings. That's a nice sign for a team, particularly an unknown team with unknown commodities. Game 2, Al Downing for Ohio, Jim Kitty Cott for the Twins. And this is like a prize fight. The teams trade jabs here with a sac fly in the first, RBI single. Then 2 runs in the third, a run in the third. It's 3-2. But in the 5th inning, something rather uncharacteristic happens to Jim Cott. A walk, a pop out, a single, and then a ground ball back to Maltese Gold Glove winning pitcher Jim Cott, who makes an error, which is really unfortunate for the Strat-O-Matic universe, as of course the Gold Glove pitchers don't mean a whole lot in the way it's calculated. And then Johnny Jeter gets a 2-run single. That is a 5-2 game. It stays that way into the ninth. Al Downing goes for a complete game when Mr. Jim Holt, you remember him for that 3-run homer in the bottom of the ninth of game 1? He hits a 2-run homer in the bottom of the ninth in game 2, but it's just a run short. It's a 5-4 loss. And Jim Holt has to feel pretty bad. What more do you want? You get a home run in the bottom of the ninth and your team loses both games? We go to Ohio. They're feeling special. They realize they only have to split 4 more games against the Twins and they advance. The Twins are sending Tom Murphy out there against Don Wilson. This is a low-scoring affair. RBI single Tony Oliva. Solo homer Killebrew makes it 2-0. 3 singles in the 5th make it 2-2-1. It stays that way into the bottom of the 9th when the Twins bring Stan Williams on to get a save and a 2-1 win. Bill Robinson, the all-star Ohio player, outfielder, hits a game-tying home run, make it 2-2, but in the top of the 10th, Harmon Killebrew. What is it with home runs in the bottom of the 9th not doing squat? We've seen a game-tying homer, a 2-run homer, and another game-tying homer in the bottom of the 9th inning, and that team has lost every game. Now that is 3 in a row, too. That's probably never happened. Okay, the road teams won every game, and the Twins are hoping that consistency will continue into game number 4, where it's Burt Behome Blyleven again on short rest, and Doc Ellis as well on short rest. They send those guys back out there, and they, a little worn out by not having a lot of rest. It starts in the 3rd with a RBI single Gene Klein's, and then the Ohio players batter, I say. They batter Burt Behome Blyleven. Double out, double. 2-run homer Ike Brown. Single, single, double, single. That is it. 3 2/3 for Blyleven. Knocked out of the game. 6-0, and you're thinking Ohio's about to go up 3-1. Not so fast. Here come the Twins in the 5th. Solo homer, Phil Roof. The roof is on fire. And then Larry Heisel, a 2-run homer. It's a 6-3 game. We go to the 7th. They knock out Doctor and the Ellis. A double, single, double play. Another single, walk and single. Suddenly it is 6-5. The Twins are mounting a comeback. Top of the 8th inning. A leadoff single by Joe Haig. And then there's that guy again. Phil Roof. The roof is on fire. 2-run blast. They get a single, double, a couple more. It's now 9-6. That's right, folks. The Twins are down 6-0. Then suddenly, this great offense finally kicks into gear. Right when they need it. 9-6 is your final, and the road team has won everything. Road field advantage. Road rage advantage. All 4 victories by the road team, and we'll head back to Minnesota. Oh boy. For a game number 5. The Twins, if they can win a game at home, just win a game at home, against a fictional team, you will advance in the tournament. And the bad news for the Ohio players is that Dave Goltz will be making his first appearance in the series. Now, Dave Goltz pitched the final game of the previous series, which is why it's taken him this long to make an appearance. And the same lineup Ohio has played the entire time with lefty Driesen and 8 right-handed hitters is not going to work. Let's take a look at the 2 cards first. Here's Al Downing. Al Downing starting on short rest as a starter 8. And of course Dave Goltz, a rookie who dominates righties but not so much against lefties. So Ohio has amended the lineup. Those 3 left-handed hitters who were on the bench the whole series are now going to bat 7th, 8th, and 9th. So when they begin to bat with Elrod Hendricks, Daryl Thomas, Sonny Jackson, and back to the top with Dan Driesen. That'll be 4 straight lefties. For Mr. Goltz, will this lineup work for the Ohio players in Metropolitan Stadium in Minnesota? Game number 5, game number 584 of the year. Ohio, Minnesota. It doesn't get any better than this. Leading off is Dan Driesen. 58 bounces to second. This is Carew. A 3 makes the play. Johnny Jeter, 410, lines the second. Dave Cash, 65, skies the center field. Larry Heisel, 56, off of Downing as a single. B. Steeler. Haven't attempted many stolen bases. And now they got a better defensive catcher in there for what it's worth. A zero-arm catcher. But they're not going to take the bat out of Carew's hands here. Let Carew swing away. 64 off Downing, third X. We know that the Ohio player third baseman's defense is 4E37 because three of the guys on this team can play third base with that exact defense. 4E37 at third base, that's going to be a single. Runners on the corners for Cleo James. 47's a K. Harmon Killebrew, 39, single 1-9. Rolls the 9. That'll be a base hit. First and second with a run scored. Tony Oliva, 4-11. Left X. Left field, Bill Robinson at 2E11 and left. Makes the catch. 2 on, 2 outs. Chico Cardenas, 43. Flies it in a right X. This is John Jeter, a 2E16. And a 2-base error. That'll be costly. A runner will score. A runner goes to third. And Cardenas is at second. 2-base error, unearned run. It's 2-0. Jim Holt, 5'10", catcher's card. Maybe get another unearned run here off of Elrod Hendricks, who is a 4E5. And they will get a pass ball. Oh, you hate to see that. Sloppy Ohio. And this happens a lot to expansion teams. 3-0 Twins. Only one of those was earned. Top of 2, it is Ike Brown. 2-2, left. Chuck Hinton, 59, center. Bill Robinson, 54, off of the Gold's card. He's going to get on. Double 1-9 is a double. Elrod, 68, pops to second base. Bottom of 2. George Mitterwald, 55, double 1-5 is a 2-base hit. And it's Rick Rennick, has some big home runs in his career for the Twins here. But 35's a bouncer to short. Larry Heisel, 57's a K, and with 2 outs, it's Carew, 2-4, skies to right field. 3-zip in the third. Daryl Thomas, a left-handed batter, leads off. 1-3, pops the second. Sonny Jackson, 49, gets the walk off the Gold's card. That's what they wanted. C. Steeler. Mitterwald's got a -2 arm, so he will hold at first for Dan Driesen. 2-3, pops the second. And with 2 outs, Johnny Jeter, 49, rolls to second base. The young Dave Goltz, the rookie Goltz, doing well today. They need him to come through and get a home win. Shouldn't be that hard, you would think. Cleo James will lead off here. Pops the third. Harmon Killebrew, 47's a K. And with 2 outs, it's Oliva, 69, center. We'll start showing you more cards once it gets into the later innings here, as we're just rolling along. Dave Cash, 1-7, double 1-3 is a double. Ike Brown, 34, third. Chuck Hinton, 1-4, center. And with 2 outs, it is Bill Robinson, 112, rolls to third. 4 shutout innings for Dave Goltz. Bottom of the 4th, Chico Cardenas, 69, skies to center. Jim Holt, 2-6, double 1-9 is a 2-base hit. Mitterwald, 3-11, skies out to right field. And Rick Rennick, 1-3, lines to third. Let's go to the 4th. One really bad inning for Al Downing with bad defense responsible for most of that. That could be the undoing here. Remember, the Twins play 6-inning games because they have Ron Peranowski, Stan Williams, Pete Reichert, all available in this game. Elrod Hendricks, 37, is a sky to center field. Daryl Thomas, 48, single on a 1, line to short. And Sonny Jackson, 2-8, lines to third. 3 straight lefties, no chance against Mr. Goltz. Let's head to the bottom of the 5th and pause for a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
Okay, bottom of the fifth, 3-0. Will the home team and their fans get a win? I mean, you know, that's why you come out to the ballpark. You want to win one for the home team is what I always heard in that famous song, right? Larry Heisel leads off in the bottom of the fifth. 4-4 off Downing, bounces to third base. Again, a 4E37 third baseman, and there you go. And this is what will undo these expansion teams, because they just get any, you know, they go for anybody they can find who can hit, and most of them don't field very well, and you end up with innings like this. Heisel's a B stealer, and they will let Carew swing away. 68 pops to second. Cleo James, 38. Let's take a look at a card here. This is Cleo James. Acquired in the offseason. He was a Chicago Cub pinch hitter in 1971 at 287. Could play third base plus the outfield positions. And here is a clean signal to the left field. Heisel, 15. 15 to go to third. He's going to run to third if he can. 1 to 15. And he does. You got runners on the corners. Cleo James has to be held. They're going to bring the infield up and hold it for Harmon Killebrew. 35. Let's take a look at Harmon Killebrew's card. 3-5 homer, 1-3 double. That is a 2-base hit. Cleo James, 16 runner. And the arm in center is +2 for Sonny Jackson. He will score. It's a 2-run double for Killebrew, and we got a 5-0 game. Tony Oliva, 4-4 left field, and with 2 outs. Chico Cardenas, 3-11 lines the second. So it's up for Ohio to do the old switcheroo. We saw in Game 4, Ohio had a 6-0 lead, and then the Twins plucked away with 9 runs in the next 3 innings to take a 9-6 lead. And that's exactly what Ohio needs to do as the road team, down 5. In the bottom of the 6th against Dave Goltz, who at this point, with a 5-run lead, cannot lose this game, I don't think, because they'll be long gone if they get that close. Dan Driesen, 1-9 grounds to short. And your left-handed hitters today for the Ohio players are Ofer, Johnny Jeter, 2-9 grounds to short, and Dave Cash, 39 grounds to short. Not a good day for the Ohio players, just being 2 hit by Dave Goltz. We go to the bottom of the 6th. That's Jim Holt, 68, pops out. Mieterwald, 58, skies the left, down with 2 outs. Rick Rennick, 68, skies to right field. All right, Twins with 9 outs to get to advance. They're going to do some defensive stuff here. We're going to get Ed Crosby to play some third base for you. Get Joe Haig to play some first base for you. And, yeah. Get rid of Heisel. Don't need him. We'll have Cleo play left, and Jim Holt will play center. There we go. All right. 7th inning. Ike Brown will lead off. 1-7's a K. Chuck Hinton, 2-7 is a K. And with 2 outs, it's Bill Robinson. 1-7, you guessed it, 3 more fingers, folks. It is the Dave Goltz Show in Minnesota. Great news, fantastic news for a Twins team. This would be, again, what year is this? Going to be 72th? Yeah, 72 Goltz. Getting some nice postseason experience in. Joining Blyleven, Tom Murphy, and Jim Cott, and Goltz has pitched the best of the 4. Stretch time here in Minnesota. We're listening to Harold Melvin. I'm weak for you, baby. Harold Melvin featuring the brilliant Teddy Pendergrass. Doing some duets with Sharon Page and some others. Wonderful stuff. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Bottom of the 7th. It'll be leading off Joe Haig, 59, rolls the second. Killebrew. 2-8, center. And with 2 outs, Cleo James, 67, pops to first. All right. Earl Melvin, the Blue Notes. Okay, we go to the 8th inning, and your story today is Dave Goltz. Can he finish it? He's got plenty of help. This would be a remarkable accomplishment if Ohio could win this game. 6 outs to get, Goltz throwing a shutout, and you have Peronowski, Stan Williams, and Pete Reichert at the ready. But Goltz will have to deal with these 3 left-handed hitters at the bottom of the lineup. But Elrod Hendricks, let's take a look at each one of them. You'll see why it's not such a big deal. Elrod Hendricks, 242 in 1970 for Baltimore with 12 home runs. And plenty of power for a catcher. The pitch to Elrod, 1-5, rolls the second. All right, now we have Daryl Thomas. Let's take a look at him. Now you know why these guys are on the bench. 1972, Daryl Thomas for the Padres had 500 at-bats, hit 230. Again, this is a fictional team, folks. They can't really get the superstars the Twins can get. 55, but they hit the Goltz card. Homer, 1-6 double. That's a 2-base hit. Batting 9th, let's take a look at Sonny Jackson. Abandoned by the Braves. They had many better hitters that could play outfield, including Baker and Garr and Carty and Hank Aaron, and even had Marty Perez at short. And so Sonny Jackson needed to find a new position. It was center field for the Braves in 71. Full-time center fielder, 547 at-bats. A year later, Dusty Baker would take over, and that's the end of that. So, the pitch to Sonny Jackson. 46 off of Goltz, who's a base hit in the center field. Couldn't have done it any better. You got runners on the corners, 5-run lead. Fans are restless. They know their bullpen is brilliant, and I know Goltz has got a shutout, but at a certain point, you have to start thinking clincher here, right? Clinching game. You don't just, run the kid out there. But if you let him pitch to Driesen and he gets out, you might as well let him pitch to Jeter. So he'll let him pitch to Dan Driesen with runners on the corners and 1 out. 3-10 is fly ball to right B question mark. That's Oliva. Thomas is a 16 runner, so he actually will tag up here or attempt to. 16. It's going to be a 1-16 chance, and he scores on a sac fly. So there goes your shutout. It's 5-1. But it's Johnny Jeter, the probable final batter for Dave Goltz. The pitch to John Jeter. 2-7 is a strikeout. It is 5-1, bottom of the 8th. Al Downing will call it a day for Ohio. And Mudcat Grant, let's take a look at old Jim Grant, former Twin. On Ohio, pitching in his former ballpark and not liking what's happening presently as the fans are on their feet cheering. Yeah. Mudcat Grant in the 8th inning. Harmon Killebrew. 56, skies left. Tony Oliva. 47 is a single. Leo Chico Cardenas. 1-7 is a 6-4-3 double play. We go to the 9th, and Mr. Goltz. The fans are on their feet. He's in the dugout, and he's not going to the mound. They're making him, take the towel off and, wave the towel and say hi to the fans. He does a curtain call, and yeah, he's out of the game now. Dave Cash, Ike Brown, Chuck Hinton. I think it's time for Stan Williams. We'll start the 9th inning. Take a look at Stan. The magnificent Stan Williams of 1970, 10-1, 1.99 ERA in 113 innings. Helped the Twins win the American League West that year. And he will face Dave Cash, an all-star, Ike Brown, and Chuck Hinton. Let's take a look now. Dave Cash's card. Selected in the expansion draft away from the Pirates because the Pirates were going to keep Rennie Stennett as their second baseman, so Cash became available to Ohio, and they love him. He's going to be an anchor of this Ohio player team for the whole decade. The pitch to Dave Cash. 112's hit by the pitch. That's what you need to do. And now you got Ike Brown. Let's take a look at the dangerous Ike Brown. Was a Detroit Tiger in 1971. 255 hitter. 8 homers and 110 at-bats with plenty of walks. The pitch to Ike Brown. 2-7 double 1 to 12 is a double, and oh my, we have a 5-1 game and 2 runners on base. And now it's Chuck Hinton. Take a look at old Chuck in the 9th. 1970 Cleveland Indian. Could play everywhere. First, left, right, third, second, and catcher. Except for shortstop. 318 hitter, 9 homers, and 195 at-bats. We've had this card in the league for all 4 years. For Ohio, has been to a couple All-Star games for Ohio. And no bigger moment now as his career with this card might be ending. So this could be it for the Chuck Hinton career, as I don't think he does a whole lot after 1970. The pitch to Chuck Hinton. 1-6, Chuck Hinton homer. 1-10, fly ball the rest, and it is gone. And here's your Ohio players, folks. Not giving up. Stan Williams. 1, 2, 3 runs. Nobody's out. It is 5-4. And it's going to be the All-Star, Bill Robinson. Let's take a look at Bill. 1973, Bill Robinson was a Philly with 25 homers and a .288 batting average. The pitch to Bill Robinson. 39 is a fly ball to left field. There is an out. And now, the problem is, if I understand going to a lefty with these guys coming up, but the bench is actually loaded. You have Gene Klein's, 334 hitter on the bench, Jim Ray Hart, 282 hitter on the bench, and Roberto Pena. I'm almost thinking that you just leave Stan Williams in there. And, yeah. Well, Elrod Hendricks could tie the game with a homer, so he will swing away. Elrod Hendricks. Here's the pitch. 53. Right X, but this is Tony Oliva in right. He's a 2E9 in right field. 2. And he makes the catch. And with 2 outs, we will see a pinch hitter. We're not going to let Daryl Thomas end this team's season. Do I want to go Jim Hart or do I want to go Gene Klein's? Gene Klein's can get on base. Jim Hart can hit the home run. I'm going Jim Ray Hart. Jim Hart's going to pinch hit. He was a San Francisco Giant in 70, 8 homers, 255 at-bats, and a .282 batting average, with a 13 chance on the roll of a 7 to tie this thing with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Plenty of homers in the 9th inning of this series, folks, so it's not that hard to imagine another one. 2 outs, nobody on, in a 5-4 game. And here is Jim Ray Hart. 2-6. That would have been a single for Gene Klein's, by the way. But it's a ground ball to third for Jim Ray Hart. And that, unfortunately, is the end, sadly, of the Ohio Players season. Not without ruining Stan Williams' sterling ERA in the process. Too many mistakes early on in a closeout game. You had the hits off the defense, a 2-base error, a pass ball off the defense, an error off the third baseman. And frankly, I don't see any earned runs, but we'll check that more closely when we do the box. Minnesota. They win the series 3-2. They lost the first 2 at home, ripped off 3 straight wins. That's how you want to do it. You want to get hot now. And let's do the box. Williams gets a very, very shaky save. He gives up 2 hits, 3 runs, and a walk. Dreadful. Dave Goltz gets the win. Gives up just 4 hits and a run in the 8th. And a walk and 4 strikeouts. Mudcat Grant give up a single. Let's check out Downing, see if any of this was earned. 7 hits and 5 runs. 1 was earned, and that's it. 1 earned run in 7 innings. No walks, 3 strikeouts. Really horrible break for Al Downing to collect an L in this effort. 1019, 0108, 5846, 2403. Game 5 in the books. Your Minnesota Twins will advance in the postseason. They don't have enough ammunition to win their division, though, folks, because the White Sox have been playing so well. The Twins are got to hope for a wild card spot. they're in good shape for that as well. Will be the top, I believe they'll be the top team competing in the wild card round. So they'll be inheriting the 5 spot. And they'll play the number 8 seed, which could be pretty easy. So your Twins are now 22-20. This is the first time they've won a series in a while after losing 2 very long series to the White Sox. And this incredible Twin bullpen is they've won 22 games, but Peronowski, Williams, and Reichert have got to set a record for something like this. 10 wins. 10-3 with 11 saves. The most, and the good news is it's 3 guys. If it was 2 guys, we would complain that they were overworked, wearing their arms out. But it's 3 guys all rotating in there. And Stan Williams was like pitching an inning at a time. So that's good news. Plus, Hal Haydel was the mop-up guy, and he has pitched 20 innings, just 2 fewer innings than Stan Williams. The rotation of the Twins, though, is not very good. Blyleven 3-6, Murphy 2-5, Kitty Cott 3-3, and the young Dave Goltz just got his 3rd win. He's 3-3. Mr. Harmon Killebrew, 12 homers and 36 RBIs. Is it too late for him to throw his hat into the MVP race? It's not too late. We still have another round of the tournament. He could compete for that award. Tony Oliva has 50 hits. Mr. Carew has 69 hits in 42 games, so he even has a chance at an MVP award. The 22-20 Twins. Meanwhile, Ohio finishes a very respectable 19-22. They hit .271 with a .364 team ERA. Very respectable numbers. And played tough all season long against a team who won the American League West and the Twins. So that's good news. Mudcat Grant in the bullpen had 9 saves. Doc Ellis was 6-1. Al Downing was 5-5 but had 3 complete games. Pretty good pitching all around. The long men, Vince Colbert and Sal Campisi, weren't very good, but you know, they're long men, and you usually don't win or lose your season on how your long men are pitching. Offensively, Bill Robinson was an all-star, and he had 12 homer and 26 RBI for the team. I mentioned Dave Cash was an all-star, 56 hits, so let's see what Dave Cash hit. He hit .324. .324, very nice. Actually, a very nice performance all around for the Ohio players. Very respectable. A 19-22 team. And a 22-20 Twin team. 584 games into the books. The league's hitting .264 with a .392 ERA. The American League has been getting some higher scoring games because of questionable pitching and questionable teams, to be honest with you. We'll plug in the results of the series here. Ohio needed a 4-2. Didn't happen. Minnesota got a 3-2. Minnesota is 22-20. And the Ohio players are 19-22. So when we look at the overall standings now, the Rangers have advanced. They're a game over 500. Twins are 2 games over 500. The Indians are just a game over 500 since they fell out of first place. And the Blue Jays are a game over 500. So if I had to seed everything right now, the Tigers default to the number 4. And your Twins would be your number 5. And the Indians would be your number 6, but they would be technically tied with the Blue Jays, number 7, and the Rangers at number 8. So the Tigers will face the Milwaukee Brewers in the final series in the American League. It's up to the Tigers to beat Milwaukee. If they can do that, they can be in first and stay in first place. Milwaukee, their odds are not good. Milwaukee needs to win 4 out of 5. But if they can do that, let's see if what happens if Milwaukee wins that. If they go 4-1, they're 20-18. That puts them 2 over 500. Tigers are done at that point. Tigers are out of it. Cleveland clinches the division, a game over 500. And then you have the Brewers, Twins, Rangers, and Blue Jays fighting for 2 wild card spots. So I wouldn't put my eggs in the appropriate number of baskets for that to happen for the Milwaukee Brewers. Detroit is a veteran-laden team who went to a World Series a year ago. Of course, this year it's been absolutely bonkers in the American League. I shouldn't really cast a favorite in any of these series. We've seen the Yankees eliminated by Toronto. We've seen Texas smoke the Baltimore Orioles, your 1970 world champion. A young Royals team has a worse record in the American League that we really like, actually. And there you are. That's it tonight. Hope you're enjoying the Carryover League. American League's getting crazy and kooky. Have a couple more series left in the second round of the tournament in the American and National League, and then we will get into round 3. Thanks for checking this out. We'll see you next time.